Have you ever felt a connection so deep it crosses time and space, even in the face of death? This is the heart of our story. Welcome back to A Lifetime of Rain. Today, we delve into episode 6, The Reign of Echoes, where our lovers, Jian Yu and Lian Ying, face their darkest hour, bound only by a love that defies distance and despair. Imagine the beauty of Jiangnan, now muted by a cold, snow-laced rain. The vibrant manor Lian Ying calls home has become a cage of ice and debt. Her family, desperate and cornered, presents her with an impossible choice: marry a smug, wealthy merchant, or watch her ancestral home be ripped away. The merchant, Lord Wei, arrives with cruel words, brandishing rumors of her husband's demise. He tells her Jian Yu is a traitor, a deserter, legally dead. But Lian Ying, clutching the jade hairpin Jian Yu gave her, remains defiant. Her response is simple, powerful, and unwavering. He is not dead. I would know. Her heart tells her what the world denies. Meanwhile, hundreds of miles away on the frozen northwest frontier, Jian Yu faces a different kind of end. Surrounded, abandoned by the emperor he swore to protect, his small band of loyal soldiers is all that remains. His camp is a ghost town on a frozen ridge, the enemy's fires a tightening noose. They have food for today's, arrows for one last, desperate charge. Surrender is not an option. Looking south, as if his gaze could pierce the blizzard and find her, he clutches the lock of her hair he carries. He tells his general, "If I fall tomorrow, make sure word reaches her that I fought to the end." For her, he fights not for an empire that forsook him, but for the woman who never would. That night, as the world sleeps, their souls find each other. Lian Ying, tormented by the marriage contract waiting for her signature, falls into a restless sleep. She dreams she's on a battlefield, surrounded by the same biting snow rain. And then he appears. Jian Yu, wounded but alive, reaches for her across the ghostly landscape. "Lian Ying, I am coming. Hold on," his voice echoes in her dream. Just as their hands are about to touch, a volley of arrows flies, and he shields her with his own body. She wakes with a gasp, tears streaming down her face, her heart pounding with a terrifying, beautiful certainty. She looks to her pillow, and the jade hairpin seems to glow with a faint warmth. "You're alive. I felt you," she whispers into the darkness. This dream, this spiritual connection, ignites a fire of rebellion within her. Fueled by this newfound hope, she does something incredibly brave. She sits down and pens a letter, a beacon of love sent into the storm. As she writes, we hear her voice: "My husband, if this reaches you, know I refuse them all. The hairpin keeps me yours. Come home, or let the rain carry me to you." She entrusts this message to a loyal servant, a single piece of paper sent against impossible odds, a gamble for their future. And then, a miracle. At dawn on the frontier, just as Jian Yu prepares for his final, suicidal charge, a half-dead scout stumbles into camp. He carries a letter from Jiangnan, from his wife. Jian Yu's hands tremble as he reads her words. He reads of her refusal, her faith, her undying love. Tears fill his eyes, not of sorrow, but of fierce, rekindled purpose. "She waits," he says, his voice thick with emotion. "Then we fight for one more dawn." He mounts his horse, his sword raised high, her letter a shield over his heart. He roars to his men, his voice carrying across the frozen plains, "For the empire we once served, and for the woman who never abandoned us." And they charge, a small, doomed band of brothers charging into a sea of enemies, led by one man whose heart is filled with the promise of a single woman, thousands of miles away. It's a fight for survival, yes, but more than that, it's a fight for love. Will this be their final stand, or the beginning of an impossible reunion? Their story reminds us that even in the most brutal storms, love can be the only shelter we need. Thank you for watching. What did you think of this heart-wrenching episode? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more deep dives into A Lifetime of Rain. See you next time.